Placencia is one of our favorite hidden travel gems. It's a small town at the end of a peninsula on the southern coast of Belize, full of wonderful people, beautiful beaches, and all kinds of amazing wildlife. Join us for a few days and see for yourself. Oh, and be sure to stick around until the end and see one of my favorite things that we saw on the whole trip. Our journey begins in Atlanta, with Delta taking us directly to Belize City on this 737. It's only about 2.5 hours in the air, and you've got some really nice views along the way. Well, once we get out of these clouds. There we go, that's better. Before you know it, we'll be touching down at BZE and ready to get on with our journey to Placencia. Tropic Air operates a fleet of Cessna Grand caravans that go all over Belize to different destinations like San Pedro and Key Calker, but we were on our way to Placencia, which is only about a 15-minute flight once you're in the air, and you board about 5 minutes before you take off. So it's a super easy process, but it is a little plane, so if you're not used to this, it's definitely a different experience. So we ended up being in the front row for the flight down, so we had some absolutely amazing views. We got to watch the pilot do his thing, and it was just a really cool experience overall. Definitely recommend getting to the front of that line if you can. Once you're on the ground, the main part of town is only about a mile away. Depending on where you're staying, it might even be closer. And yes, you might even get picked up from the airport in a golf cart. Now, let's go enjoy our vacation. Good morning. We're starting our second full day here in Placencia. We've already been up. Walked to get some breakfast down the sidewalk, which is I think it's the record holder for the smallest main street in the world. I'll have to check that. It's just a walkway that goes through all the little shops and restaurants right behind the beach. It's very cute. So we've got our cold brew to fuel the rest of the day. We're gonna go probably get in the pool and do a whole lot of nothing. So life's rough. Morning. Today we have a little more of an adventure. We are taking a boat tour of Monkey River, which supposedly has lots of wildlife, potentially even some manatees, definitely some monkeys. We're going to go inland a little bit, see a little village. So don't know for sure what all we'll get into, but we will see. I'm sure it'll be cool. Our amazing guide, Will, picked us up right off the dock in front of our hotel, which was super convenient. And then it was about a 45-minute boat ride down to the mouth of Monkey River. We mostly went through these mangroves to avoid the rough sea and just have a nicer trip down. There's some really cool wildlife here too. This part was actually so narrow that we had to stop and turn the engine off before we went in to make sure we couldn't hear any boats coming the other way to avoid a collision. So that was a little wild, but it was also so fun to just glide through here on the super calm water. We also ended up being the only two people on this tour, so it was very personalized and special. And Will actually found out that Maddie was all about spotting some birds, which are his specialty, so then we got some bonus points there. But once we found our trail, we landed the boat and took off into the jungle for an hour or so, and that was really crazy to just see a completely different kind of biome, I guess, than I've really ever seen before, with like bamboo and my favorite, the leafcutter ants. I feel like I've seen this on planet Earth so many times, but seeing it in real life and how these ants all work together in these crazy highways was amazing. And of course the howler monkeys were really cool too. This is the best shot I could get, but they're up there, I promise. As we headed back, we stopped in Monkey River Village to get lunch at a little local restaurant, which was delicious. And then we headed back out towards Placencia, but stopped on the way to try and spot some manatees, which we did, but I was not able to really get any footage of it, unfortunately. But that was also really cool. Sadly, this last sunrise meant that it was time to work our way home. So we left our hotel and got ready to hop back on a Tropic Air flight back to Belize City and then catch our Delta bird home. But we had an absolutely incredible time. I can't recommend Placencia enough. And we did get to enjoy some final views on our flight back up before we headed all the way home.